A guy was following me around about to jump me. I went to get the New York Law Journal, the Brooklyn Public Library. Took it out of service. Wouldn't let me read it no more. When I used to read it in 2014, before they could have begun it, they used to bother me with that post. So I come later night to the courthouse to get the Law Journal and stuff. And this black American guy was following me all the way from the Manhattan courthouse there up to here. That's why I ran over here. Excuse me, security. Why didn't you help me? That guy was following me. See the guy that stayed with me here? He was harassing me.
All right, listen, you can't leave your stuff.
Yeah, but that was why. That was I was telling you to help me call 911. And you didn't call 911 enough. Huh?
You can call 911.
Yeah, you saw him bothering me, the guy that followed me here.
Yeah, but I've seen you argue with him in front of the booth before. I don't know why.
No, that's not me. Stop lying. I don't know him.
You can
Stop making up lies.
911.
Why would you say you seen me?
That's fine. You can call 911.
So, but why would you lie that you saw me argue with him?
You can call 911.
And you didn't help me. So you're gonna be lying when the foreigner's about to be lynched? Shame on you. I'm gonna report you to your supervisor. You work for the United States Marshal Office? Oh really? I'm gonna report you to the feds. I hope this camera has a voice recording. And he was lying that he knows me. He sees me argue with the guy before. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. I don't even come here. This is my first time of even I haven't been here in a while. I normally come here to get the newspaper, the torch and the trash. And sometimes if I get it, they've already removed the trash. So I come in maybe once a month. So they've been studying my schedule and the guy accosted me. And this guy's already lying. Are you trying to lynch me? I speak about the United States. Yes, I report on Twitter that the U.S. is not safe to host the World Cup. So FIFA, as I'm reporting that New York City is not safe to host the World Cup, that FIFA should have been the World Cup here. My mother was killed here when I was suing the NYPD for taking my home on Staten Island. My friend Eric Garner that was helping us with the court papers was choked up by the police. And this guy's lying. Saying he sees me here all the time. I always come to the booth to argue with somebody. Why would you make it up a lie? So they've been hiring all these people to engage me in violence. Anytime I say the U.S. is not safe to host the World Cup or I criticize America, they'll have a lynch mob that will make up lies about me. They said they tried to kill people. They said it was done to Emmett Till. It was a black American male, a white lady in the 1960s or something like that, lied about it that it was about to sexually attack her. It was a 14-year-old boy, and they beat this boy to death. The white beat this black American Emmett Till to death. And they said a few years ago, this white lady confessed that she was just lying, and they never arrested her. So they're making up lies about immigrants. International Olympic Committee don't bring Olympics to America. Trump said he wants to deport all the immigrants, and already they're jumping immigrants. FIFA, please investigate this. So I don't know any of these people. I'm not a gang member. I'm a foreigner with a green card, and I hope the camera here records it. There's another camera in front of 26 Federal Plaza. So please, Department of Homeland Security, please help me investigate this guy. He works with the United States Marshal Service. He's lying and he's corrupt, and he's in a federal building and he's lying on the job. That's a crime. He needs to be prosecuted. Because he was saying he's seen me here before, and the camera evidence will show I've never been here arguing with anybody. So he needs to be arrested for lying while working as a federal officer. He's working with the Marshal Service, and he can't be lying on the job. He said he's seen me here before. Why is he trying to dirty up my image? They said a black American male just got killed. His name is Jordan Neely. I've been talking about his case on the train. On my way, I was telling people to contact the prosecutor, Manhattan prosecutor's office. I'll be the prosecutor's office over there. That they need to retry that Daniel Penny. Because Eric Adams was telling people to be attacking homeless. The homeless are crazy and dangerous. And I was getting attacked also since 2022. I've been calling 911 also, and nobody would help me. So Mayor Eric Adams set the climate of intimidation against us homeless, where people think it's okay to lie about us and bother us and exaggerate things about us. And this guy's already exaggerated. They said there's a guy called Bigetz or somebody that killed people in the subway, so it was a white guy. and he claimed those black Americans were bothering him, and he got away with it. So this guy has a very malicious motive. So it's like there's information around the law enforcement that we need to kill that foreigner soon, referring me. So they make up stuff about me when I try to use the bathroom. The police come and kick the door open at the Port Authority 42nd Street bathroom. They don't let me use the bathroom, so they try to shut me up. So FIFA, there's terrorism going on in the United States, whereby someone like me, I've been saying the U.S. is not safe to host the World Cup because my mother was killed in 2015 after the police burned us homeless. And in 2010, and she went to live with her daughters, and her daughters Bolani and were poisoning her. My mother said they were trying to kill her so they can get money because I was suing the police, and they believe my mother will get some of that money, and they believe she's better off there so that the money will come to them as inheritance. So her daughters poisoned her, Bolani especially, Bolani and Flora. Poisoned my mother in Pennsylvania. My mother fled to New York, came to the hospital, Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan, and the daughters followed her, even though she didn't tell them what hospital she was in. They were able to find out what hospital, through whatever source, I don't know. Which is against the federal law. There's a HIPAA law that a patient information is confidential. And my mother said they came to the hospital, were making trouble with her, and got the doctor to lock her up in the psych ward. My mother said she didn't even want to have treatment in the hospital anymore. Because her whole purpose of escaping from Pennsylvania was because she didn't want those children around her in the hospital. And she thought if she went to the hospital in Pennsylvania, those children would find out. So she got on a Greyhound bus, and she couldn't even make it to New York. She had a heart attack on the way. And she said her whole purpose was to escape those children. And those children followed her from Pennsylvania, came to New York, and told them to lock her up in the psych ward and killed her. Said that those girls were sending gifts to people in Nigeria that wanted to kill my mother. Me and my mother testified by those people in 2001. My mother in 2014 and 15, before the daughters, Bolani and Frank, killed my mother, our daughters were sending gifts to those people in Nigeria. So the United States Postal Service in Pittsburgh should be audited, their computer, to show, because if you're sending gifts to Nigeria, the USPS, United States Postal Service computer record will show. Because, if somebody was sending the gifts, because they'll have to weigh the parcel and enter your zip code of the sender and zip code of the person it's been sent to, the address in Nigeria, and to arrive at the postage rate. So the computer should be subpoenaed. Because this is 26 Federal Plaza, and, me and my mother testified in 2001. There are people in Nigeria that were trying to kill us for my asylum hearing. And our daughters were sending gifts to those people in Nigeria before they killed my mother in 2015. And then they buried my mother, including the daughter that my mother has in Nigeria. My mother never filed a green card for that daughter, Funke, because she said that daughter was trying to throw me out of the window when I was a baby, because that daughter has a different father. And so I was jealous that my mother went to marry another person to give birth to me. So my mother had that daughter arrested by the police in Nigeria in the 1980s. And my mother never brought a child to America. So that child was jealous also, because that child wanted to come to America, but my mother had a U.S. passport, never filed for a green card for that child. That child name is Funke. So that child and the daughters here in America, my mother's daughters, Bolani and Flora, that were born here in America, they all decided to conspire. And once I'm burying my mother on June 12th. June 12th is a controversial day. In Nigerian politics, a Nigerian Abiola was denied his election victory on June 12th. So that day, people always kill people in Nigeria. So to show that they intentionally killed my mother to make money, like my mother was saying, that daughters were about to kill her for money. The daughters in America and the one in Nigeria buried my mother on June 12th. Burying in Nigeria on June 12th is like burying in America on July 4th. Even though the British fought with America for independence, America fought with the British for independence, and many Americans were killed together, but nobody would bury an American on July 4th. Or it's like burying a black American on Martin Luther King's Day. So that's proof. So that daughter of Funke in Nigeria and the one year in America, they all need to be arrested. The fact that they will bury my mother in June 12th. And they dressed my mother like a civil rights activist, like a Black Panther. That was the clothes they wore for her on her burial. They gave my mother a disgraceful burial. The ones that buried, dumped her in New Jersey. I wanted an autopsy, and they told the medical examiner not to give me an autopsy. The daughters. And when I snatched my mother's corpse and buried her in New Jersey, because I'm based in New York, they know I won't be able to get to New Jersey because I'm homeless and everything. So I always come here to get newspapers to try to read on how to get the prosecutor in Manhattan to help me. His office is down there. I just walked past his office. And I've been talking about Jordan Neely's case, so they need to arrest that black American that was following me. He may be hired by these people to block justice for Jordan Neely, a black American that was beaten to death by a white guy on the train. So please, United States Marshal Service, Please get involved. FIFA get involved. Please, because I talk about that the U.S. is not safe to host the World Cup, and I'm getting terrorized. The police are joining in. And in England, anytime English fans beat up soccer fans from other countries outside the stadium, FIFA you always ban Britain from hosting World Cup because violence is not condoned, whether in the soccer stadium or outside the soccer stadium. So they're attacking me outside the soccer stadium for criticizing America since it's not safe to host the World Cup. There are a lot of blacks are getting killed here. My mother's getting killed. Jordan has gotten killed. And this mayor started that round of attacks when Mayor Eric Adams in 2021, as he was campaigning, saying he wants all the homeless to be arrested and put in the psych ward. He wants civilians to join it and be arresting homeless. And he said a white guy, Daniel Penny, went and choked a homeless black American who was hungry and a little angry and choked him dead. And the case is going on in court now. The jury can't arrive at an answer. So I was talking to her that they said one of the charges has been dismissed because the jury doesn't have enough witness or whatever to convict. So I want to ask the Manhattan prosecutor to refer that case in court and please establish the full facts that white guy may have killed Jordan Neely based on the climate of intimidation going on against immigrants, sponsored by another black American mayor, Mayor, what's his name again? Mayor Eric Adams. Because at the time Eric Adams ran for mayor, I was also campaigning to get Bloomberg arrested because the Bloomberg, caused stop and frisk, broken windows approach to policing, criminalizing everything about blacks, including the basement apartments that most blacks live in. Me and my mother was the basement apartment. We said basement apartments are illegal, and was sending the police to raid basement apartments, and they threw me and my mother out without a court order against the United States Supreme Court's ruling that police can't just throw you out without a court order. And Arizona was helping us with the court papers to get us back in our home. The police went and took Arizona there, close to my birthday in July 2014. So I was campaigning for many years on the train that Bloomberg needs to be locked up, and they said Bloomberg went and told Eric Adams to run for office. And Eric Adams sponsored Eric Adams allegedly. And Eric Adams started saying, all the homeless need to be arrested and put in the psych ward. Like it was putting a heat on me. Prior to that, the police also arrested me, put in the psych ward, and they choked me in 2019, July 2019. And I narrowly escaped because people were standing by screaming at the police to let me go. They put their nail on my neck. I could have died that day. So this like Bloomberg and Eric Adams wanted that to happen again to me. So in 2021, Eric Adams ran for office for mayor and he won. They said it was sponsored by Bloomberg. And he was creating an atmosphere of intimidation against us homeless, telling the police to be driving us out of the train, and telling civilians also to be arresting us. And one of the civilians went and arrested another homeless Jordan Neely and killed him. So the prosecutor needs to establish that. And let me testify. And, as I've been talking on the train, they're following me around with black Americans all night long, trying to kill me. So I believe some of these racists believe if they use a black American to kill me, it would be hard to prove the case. That is connected with my civil rights work. They just make it look, so they're trying to make it look like I'm just a gangster fighting other gangster. So this guy, his statement is very suspicious, that he knows me, I always fight with people. So I believe that's going to be the excuse. That I'm just a gangster, I'm a transsexual, I'm a Nigerian, I'm not a member of any gang, I talk about international politics, it's me by myself. So I believe that the law enforcement circle said we're going to kill this African and claim he's a gangster fighting every gangster, and they got overpowered and got killed. So United States Department of Homeland Security, you need to arrest this guy for claiming he knows me or that I've been there before fighting somebody, and they need to check the camera. Because they make up lies to kill people in this country, and also the Nigerian government approached them when I was locked up in the psych ward after my mother was killed. They set me up also the police in 2019, as Trump was doing the immigration raid in July 2019. So they used to bring a white guy, who would be grabbing me sexually. And he grabbed me sexually again on July 20th, 2019 in front of Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. And I told him to stop it. And the police came and said they heard I was fighting with somebody. I told them, look, the police camera recorded. A guy was grabbing me sexually. And the police knocked me down, choked me, and put me in the psych ward in 2019. I called the Nigerian embassy. They promised to help me. Because my mother knows the president of Nigeria, Buhari. And I told her she's now dead. Her daughters in America killed her. And I told them I have a lot of evidence, including recordings from Eric Garner and recordings from my mother before she was killed, saying I was about to kill her for money. And the Nigeria said it's stuck in the storage, and the Nigerian embassy in New York said they were going to help me pay my storage fees and everything. I said also my IDs have been stolen. They said they were going to give me a new ID, and they never helped me after that. They said they were going to call the president of Nigeria to say they can assist me. You know, I said my case is linked to Ghana, and this Nigeria has a bilateral agreement with the U.S. government to solve crimes. Nigeria always deports Nigerians here that commit crimes against, that defraud white Americans online. Even there was a case whereby a Nigerian threatened a white American. He took his picture and told the white kid that if he doesn't send him money, he was going to post the picture online. And the white kid committed suicide. And the Nigerian and that Nigerian was based in Nigeria. The Nigerian government, used their marshal to bring him to America. So Nigeria always assists America to arrest Nigerians that harm white Americans. And in the case of Eric Garner, that was white harmed. It's a black American harmed by a white police officer. And the Nigerian government promised to help me, and they didn't help me or Eric Garner. So I think the Nigerian government knows they're in trouble. So they've been bringing people around me also. They'll be grabbing me. One guy looks like a Nigerian guy I've spoken to online in the past. His name is Yemi Asalo. And he was touching me while I was sleeping on the train. I said, don't you dare touch me. I don't know who you are. He's a Canadian. He's a Nigerian that naturalized to be Canadian. I saw him on the R train some days ago. As I was sleeping, he was grabbing me, putting coins on my finger. I'm like, why are you putting silver coins on my finger while I was sleeping on the train? I was tired. I said, please, don't you ever touch me. You look like you might be the one. I'm not sure I don't know if he's working for the Nigerian embassy now. So they said the Nigerian always deports people like that. They said there's a Nigerian activist in England called Nnamdi Kanu. They said they lured him with his romantic interest and lured him. They said they may have poisoned him from England and got him to tricked him on a plane to arrive in Kenya, and he woke up in Kenya, and the Nigerian government had him extradited to Nigeria. So they said the Nigerian government always use cruel methods to kidnap people. So so the Nigerian government is aware that they did Eric Garner wrong. I had evidence I recorded that shows Eric Garner was purposely killed, and it was in my storage, and the Nigerian government promised to help me pay, and they didn't pay, and not the storage, extra space, and American storage boxes I have been auctioned off illegally behind my back during COVID. They weren't supposed to auction anything during COVID. There was a freeze on collection rights, and the storage, American storage, and extra space auctioned my property off. And I think the Nigerian government have bought all those evidence for Eric Garner and stuff, and to destroy it or whatever for their own gain. So please, I'm dealing with a situation whereby there's a hit mob against me, and they may try to claim I'm crazy and say I belong outside of America. Yeah, my father has family in England, and my mother has family in England, and my father and mother has family in Canada and everywhere. But I don't trust my father was abusive to me, so I don't trust his family members in England or Canada. And my mother also said she reached out to her own family in England and Canada and never helped her. So my mother told me that if she ever dies, I should keep reaching out to strangers. I should forget about any family, that nobody really likes us or cares about us. That's what she meant. So this is what is going on. So please, I want the Manhattan DA and Brooklyn courts to be very, I'm a victim of potential trafficking. They want to kidnap me and send me out of Nigeria, out of America. They said they did it to a Nigerian activist in England, in Nnamdi Kanu. They tricked him out of England, even though he had a British passport, and it's now in Nigeria facing charges. They said he was speaking about the Nigerian government. They also said the Saudi Arabian government did that to a Saudi Arabian journalist working for the Washington Post. They told him to come for a passport at the Pakistan embassy. They told him to leave America to renew his passport, and he went into the embassy, the Saudi Arabia embassy in Pakistan, and never came out alive. So there's foreign government that try to kidnap people, and Nigeria has a lot of international connection. It's a Commonwealth of England, and Canada's a Commonwealth. I don't trust any country, and they're trying to send mental illness on me. They say places like Switzerland, they have assisted suicide. If they claim you're so depressed, your mother was killed, and so they could easily put me on drugs and ship me over to Switzerland somewhere and have me dead. So in case I'm killed, any money, assets, I'm trying to sue the U.S. government for arresting me in 2000 when my mother brought me. Even though I had a green card, they told me how to fly for asylum. That my green, and then they lied I didn't have a green card. Even though I had a green card, still my passport. So I've been trying to sue the U.S. government since 2000, And I've been trying to sue the NYPD for taking my home. Arizona was helping me, but that case was dismissed from Brooklyn Federal Court because I couldn't continue after they killed Arizona. Then the Bellevue Hospital killed my mother, so I have a lot of lawsuits. I'm worth a lot of money. So I believe that they may be trying to sexually traffic me and claim, I'm involved sexually with somebody, and I promised to have that person's not my surrogate, and after they kill me, create a baby and give all my properties to that baby. So they've been bringing a Nigerian, Canadian, who I used to talk to online. It was just a guy I met on the Nigerian website online. I met him in person many years ago. While I was having an immigration case, he promised to help me. He was an immigration lawyer. He was a lawyer in Canada, and he never helped me. He broke contact with me. So he was a very shady guy. And then I finally got my green card 8 years later, 2008, after I was arrested by immigration. Then we started talking again online. Then my mother died. He promised to help me. I never helped him. So he was a very shady Nigerian lawyer who promised to help me. I never helped him. He was a very nasty guy. So I thought he was the one on the train with me some days ago on the outside and was touching me. So I believe maybe the Nigerian government will reach out to him to help us lure this person and get him deported. So I don't know if he was trying to kidnap me. I don't know if he was trying to kidnap me and maybe they'll kill me in Nigeria and create a baby to take my sperm. I'm a transsexual and claim I died in Nigeria naturally and have a baby and the baby should inherit everything. So Nigeria's a corrupt government. They stole my mother's car. She was living here in the 1970s. She shipped a luxurious car to Nigeria. And when she went to Nigeria, because she was moving to Nigeria in the 1970s, my mother said they stole the car from her. They said that she was too young girls can't drive big cars in Nigeria. That's what they told her. The Nigeria custom agent, and she never got the car back. So my mother was also robbed in Nigeria. We talked about it in my asylum year in 2001. So and Nigeria has a lot of connection with the British government. They're all Commonwealth. So I could be kidnapped and sent to any country anywhere in the world. Please, there needs to be an order from the courts that in case I don't wish to be in any country and I'm not crazy, and even if I'm declared mentally invalid or somebody has been trying to hit me with a car also, in case I'm dead or handicapped and I can't function anymore, only an international human rights or local human rights organization can help me get justice for me and my mother. And any asset I have, use it to get justice for me and my mother, or potential assets I have, use it to get justice for me and my mother. And the rest of the money should be given to charity, especially those that suffer xenophobia like me, and especially sex trafficking also, and xenophobia. So this is what is going on. So I hope Manhattan DA, you would help me. There are gang members attacking potential witnesses like me for the Jordan Neely's case. So so please inform the court Alvin Bragg. This guy that followed me here, it was a black American guy, and already the court martial here is siding with the black American guy claiming he knows me. I always fight with people in front of the camera. So they're making up lies to harm me as a potential witness for Jordan Neely. So please inform the court that they're intimidating a witness and maybe they should declare mistrial and refer the charges so I can testify and get this guy arrested. He's making up a lie that he's seen me here before. I doubt it. I doubt anybody will specifically come in front of the camera to be fighting anybody. So he's making up a lie. I was telling him, sir, please call 911. And he just sat in his office and never didn't help him. So he must be aware of what is going on. They said that the law enforcement in America, some of them are rogues and they have a black web where they communicate with each other. And and so sometimes they're aware of somebody about to be lynched and they all won't take any action to help you. So this is what I've been noticing. No police officer would help me as I'm getting attacked. So please, the Jordan Neely's case, Alvin Bragg declared mistrial. I've been talking to Eric Adams. Is also involved in the Jordan Neely's killing. He created a climate of intimidation. I think he's working for Bloomberg. They said, he also claimed Bloomberg is his mentor. And they said, Eric Adams collects bribes. As I was talking about Bloomberg, that he needs to be arrested for his broken windows policy that got the police raiding basement apartments and driving black tenants out without a court order. And Uganda was trying to help me against that window policy, broken windows approach of Bloomberg, and the police went and killed Uganda. And I was trying to get Bloomberg arrested. While I was on the train for years campaigning to get Bloomberg arrested, they said he went and got Eric Adams to run for office. I said Eric Adams used to be a Republican allegedly, but changed to Democrat so can win easily. And since he became mayor, Eric Adams has put a hit on me, saying the homeless should be arrested. Even though there's a court order that says people that are removed from basement apartment by City of New York because they consider basement apartment illegal, we should be given hotel room. Legal Society filed that lawsuit. And the Brooklyn Supreme Court issued a settlement agreement. And I've been contacting Eric Adams online. They put his phone number online, and I contacted him through Twitter that should give me hotel room. He hasn't given me any hotel room. He's given it to Black Americans that vacated from the apartment. Some Black Americans were vacated last year. They had a fire in the Bronx. Eric Adams went to them and gave them hotel rooms. Because that's the order of the court that anybody vacated should be given hotel room. And I've been contacting Eric Adams and won't give me hotel room. So I believe he's leaving me out here in the cold for me to be mobbed and lynched. And unfortunately, his fellow Black American got lynched. And I said even after Jordan Neely got killed last year, he said he feels so sorry. It was his own fellow Black American that died. He used that statement, his fellow Black American. And he's also been making statements like, there's another Black Jamaican kid that got killed. And he went to the funeral in Brooklyn and said he always wonders, anytime somebody gets killed, he always wonders which child is going to get killed next. And he also called himself the new Esther. My mother's name is Esther. She was killed by her daughters, Bolale and Flora, and the one in Nigeria called Funke, who all conspired to declare my mother crazy. And at least bury her on June 12th, which is a controversial day to bury somebody, to make it look like she died of a police brutality, rendering her homeless, and that's what failed her health. No. She was going to survive the homelessness condition, and said the drugs were poisoned and pills with Bolale and Flora. And after they killed my mother by telling the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward, and they stopped her medical care in the ICU, told the hospital to lock her up in the psych ward. And my mother died on the way to the psych ward in Bellevue as we're transferring her against EMTALA law that says you can't just forcefully transfer a patient from advanced care to a lesser care. My mother had a heart problem and she needed to be in the ICU. And the doctor told the doctor to remove her from ICU and lock her up in the cycle. Just to scare my mother to death. Because I put in the court papers I filed in 2013 before they killed her regarding that when the police came to kick us out, raided our apartments, say basement apartments are illegal, they told us if we don't leave voluntarily or if we don't leave or obey their order, they were going to lock us up in prison or in the psych ward. And I put in the court papers. The court papers is filed in Brooklyn Federal Court in 2013. The receipt number is 13CV5052. I said as soon as my mother heard that threat, she began having heart attack symptoms. It says our daughters, my mother said our daughters were reading my court papers online from Pittsburgh because anything you file in federal court can be read online. I said they were very jealous. So they decided to reenact that panic in my mother by telling the doctor to remove her from the ICU and lock her up in the cycle that she's crazy homeless. Because, they were intimidating my mother, and my mother was saying she doesn't even want to continue care in that hospital anymore. She wants to go abroad because she doesn't trust the way her daughters were creating panic around in the hospital. She told them not to come to the hospital and they came against her will, and they were setting off a ruse to intimidate her, to humiliate her, So this is what is going on. So the fact that they can easily lie on my mother and kill her, and this U.S. Marshal guy was trying to make me look like I'm just a crazy immigrant also fighting gangs by myself, So they need to look into this. So please, Manhattan DA Alvin Brown, declare mistrial for Jordan Neely. That there's witness intimidation. There's an important witness that's trying to speak. And, I'm being attacked by gang violence. So please, all cases to be refiled. So Eric Adams needs to be charged also. Bloomberg needs to be charged also. And I hope the Jordan Neely family hears this. It's a real wild, wild west out here. They're lynching blacks, and this guy that's also making up a lie wouldn't help me. And I was so surprised. I was stood here with the Black American guy who followed me from the Manhattan court, criminal court. And he was following me because I always do go around the court, pick up law journals. Because the Brooklyn Public Library, at 10 Grand Army Plaza, they stopped giving me the law journals. I usually go there to read it. And they were arrested with the police. And at that time, Eric Garner was helping me. They went and killed Eric Garner. So please, I went back there to the Brooklyn Library, 10 Grand Plaza. And a Black American police was following me around. So why are you wearing a mask? I said, yeah, because it's COVID season. This was a couple of days ago. Even before a masked man killed people. And as soon as I was going out of the library, another Black American police officer said, shit. Anytime I use the bathroom in that Brooklyn library, they always harass me, or anytime I go there. And some black Americans started dancing. They were dancing as I was recording. I'm leaving the library right now, and I was harassed toward, as I was recording, some black Americans started dancing, to further burn me. So they're using all kinds of stuff to get me angry. It's like the one me killed, like Jordan Neely was killed. He was angry when he was killed. They said this under the order of this mayor. He said homeless people are dangerous. They are a lot of us are mentally ill, and he put a blue eye on our back, target on our back. They said white racists used to do that. Like a white woman that got a material killed by lying on him that she was sexually heckling at her. It was a 14-year-old boy visiting Mississippi. And she later told the truth after many, many years, and they refused to charge her, said it's too late, she's too old. You know, so this was going, they call them Karen. You know, such so this mayor is even though he's black, he's practicing reverse discrimination. They say some black Americans don't like Africans. They claim Africans sold their ancestors into slavery. So this mayor, I believe, is aligning with Bloomberg because Bloomberg started a broken windows approach to policing that were causing the police to raid basement apartments and throw my elderly mother and me out without a court order against the United States Supreme Court ruling. And I regard was trying to help us. The police would have took him dead under Bloomberg. And my mother reached out to Bloomberg to help us. They promised and never helped us. I'm still on the street 14 years later. So please, they're lynching black homeless. And me, they have an extra cost to lynch me because I've been saying that US is not safe to host the World Cup in 2026. And anytime I say that, they will attack me extra hard. So FIFA, please take the World Cup away from New York. You can take it to other cities in America, but please don't have a double standard and ignore the violence going on against me, a soccer fan, looking out for the interest of FIFA and soccer fans around the world. They don't even let me use the bathroom. They bring the police to kick the door open with their feet. I said, get up.